let's get into the kind of the whole review of weapons. We chose The Witch because the theme of a witch runs through, um, this idea of something which is that we don't know about, something unknown, something a bit kind of scary and a bit weird and cultish. Kind of, some of the things that pop up in weapons as well. And I went into this movie not knowing. To be honest with you, we saw the trailer, Ciel Noir.
Mm-hmm.
We saw the trailer, and that is it. I didn't read anything about the movie, and I think that's probably the best way to go into it.
Oh, have you seen Barbarians though?
Yes, and I loved
Yeah.
Barbarian.
Okay. So it's Zack Cregger.
Yes.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, he's
Deval and I,
awesome.
we watched Barbarian, and we were like, that this movie is great. First time film director, takes this kind of this idea of going down the cave, and then leads us on this kind of little path and kind of different plot points that he adds to it, which I thought was really really good. And then
Hmm.
Deval said, "Oh, check out this trailer. This is from the director of Barbarian," and I was like, "Yep, I'm going to watch it." And that was it. I didn't do any research on
Mm.
it. I didn't kind of want to hear about it. I just went to the cinema and watched it.
And
And
he
oh
also
my
has a
gosh,
comedy background as well, like
I
how
love
Jordan
that
Peele did.
part.
oh, I
Like some of
love
these
it.
The
comedians,
fact
like in their mind,
the
blaming
fact
Nick.
that it was comedy and
Mm,
horror was
mm,
like it made the horror for me, a person who like doesn't want to see scary stuff,
yeah,
it made
Mm,
it digestible,
yeah.
you know? But it was
yeah.
still kind of scary though.
It was, it
But it
was,
was
it was,
funny.
it
Like
was.
we were in there cracking up.
Yeah, me
So
too.
this film had a very, very special connection to you, doesn't it? And there's obviously a reason that we invited you on the show to talk about this film in particular. So if you can just
Okay.
let us know a little bit about why this film means so much to you.
The reason why weapons mean so much to me is because my son is in weapons. He is one of the
Whoa.
missing kids.
The
So
kid.
look at you with the snaps.
But he's found now. He's all right, isn't it?
Yeah, he
He's
yes,
found.
he
He's
and that's the thing that,
yeah.
like they checked with us ahead of time
Mm,
before he got booked to see like, all right,
mm,
is he okay with blood? Is
mm,
he okay
mm,
with
Mm.
prosthetics,
mm.
pulling stuff off? Is
Oh, trust me. Is he hungry? Oh my
right. Is
gosh.
he hungry? Does he happen to be hungry?
Oh my
Is he I'm just
gosh.
kidding. But yeah, and like just the concept, the fact that they're missing, but
Mm.
he's
But
fine.
you must be so
But
proud though, because I mean, to have
oh,
your son in a major
This
Hollywood
is
movie that is
it's
all over the world,
amazing.
this is a parent's dream. Obviously, his dream as well, and obviously, you've got a massive part. You've played a massive part
Thank
in
you.
realizing that dream for him as well. So, we've got to shout you out as well.
oh massive.
Thank you so much. So, I mean, it took about 2 months. We were on set for about 2 months.
Wow.
Last year we actually started. Well, he started filming last year. In Atlanta. I'm just gonna Atlanta.
Yeah.
And it was an amazing experience for both of us. The like Zack Cregger again, he's awesome. Um, and just the cast, the crew, once again, he had a great time working on it. He like still to this day, the friends that he made
Oh
and
wow.
all that stuff, like some of the other zombie kids.
Mm.
so so yeah. And the thing is, like I mentioned before, I started acting last year. Um, and he mentioned that it was something that he wanted to do.
Oh,
It
that's
was
so
the
cool.
summertime. He fit the description. They
Yeah.
needed some
Yeah.
athletic kids for all of the
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
and he auditioned for it and he got booked. And I mean, we had the
Wow.
premiere yesterday.
Oh
Um,
wow.
Wicked. That's
yeah,
wicked. That's
rented.
wicked.
That
That's wicked.
is
That's wicked. That's
that
Thank
is
wicked.
absolutely
you.
Mm.
amazing.
We rented out Atlantic Station, and it was a little red carpet situation. He had on his little
Oh,
tux with
wicked.
his little Nikes, and it was just great seeing everyone again. And the movie, I loved it. I thought it, and I
Yes.
mean, I'm biased. Okay, I'm biased, but
Well, it's
Yeah.
97% on Rotten Tomatoes, so it's not
oh
just
You're,
you.
you're not the
yeah,
only one. It's so
Mm,
the
it was
reviews
really
and the kind
good.
of the cinema score, like A star. But just going back a bit, what was the whole kind of what's the reaction been over there like so far, like since it's come out? Like the box office taking, it's absolutely smashed it over the weekend.
Oh.
It's, you know, it's doing really, really well, and this is a big hit for Warner Brothers.
Um, so, but one of the things I wanted to point out was with
Yeah.
Barbarian, and I might get this wrong, but I know that Zack Cregger had interviews before when he did Barbarian, and he said that he had like $4 million, and he ended up
Oh,
making, was it 40 million?
Yeah,
oh,
something.
okay. Wow,
Something like
10x.
that.
That's not
Yeah,
bad.
so when this, so from what I understand, because
Mm,
like leading up to the actual movie coming out, I was like doing my little research and stuff. So from what I understand with this one, it was a bidding war between the big
Yes.
mm,
studios and the streaming services, and
yeah,
obviously Warner Brothers won.
Yeah.
So,
yeah.
So, and
but
just
yeah.
on that, when I was doing the research, and Deval and I, we were speaking about this just before we got on air.
Hmm.
So we mentioned Jordan Peele before, and obviously he's made, you know, Get Out and Nope and things like that. The bidding war that you just spoke about is Jordan Peele's company, Monkey. Is it Monkey Paw? I
Oh
think.
yes, Monkey
Yeah.
Paws.
Mm,
Yeah,
Yep.
Monkey Paws. They actually were part of that whole bidding war. So they wanted it.
Mm.
You know, New Line Cinema, they wanted it, which is owned by Warner Brothers. And then, you know, New Line and Monkey Paws. So Jordan Peele wanted the movie because he wanted to maybe produce it or direct it, like who knows, whatever.
mm,
And in the end, New Line Cinema, they won. And the interesting thing with that is we found out was that Jordan Peele then he apparently he kind of
he
left the
wasn't happy.
company. He wasn't
I think he
happy, and
wasn't
that was the
happy.
Oh,
thing.
He wasn't
Yes,
happy.
he
Yeah,
was
that he
not
missed out
happy.
because
He
he
missed out.
when he sees it, he knows this would have been good. So because his team
yeah.
didn't finalize it and his team didn't lock it down, yeah, he
Oh
wasn't happy.
no.
I think he quit the team,
Yeah,
or he let go of them because because obviously they believed so much in that
yeah,
in this story and in this movie, and it's kind of
Hmm.
one of those films which kind of grabs your attention straight away. So that was kind of like a bit of a thing. Another thing that Deval and I were just kind of interested in the fact is, did you hear about this whole thing about it being recast?
Oh,
mm,
yeah, I did, and I'm not good with all the names, but
Yeah.
I do remember that. And then so, but Josh Brolin was like, was he an like, was he there from the start?
I think they
Apparently,
were.
yeah.
Uh,
Go on, Deval.
I think Pedro Pascal was
Yes,
originally
that's the guy.
eyed for
Okay.
it. So
Yep.
I'm not sure why he didn't. And it's actually, I think it's a good thing. I mean, I can't see anyone else doing it now.
I
Josh
know.
Brolin was
Thanos.
excellent, but I think it would have been
Brilliant.
too close to home. Fantastic Four, you got the Silver
Mm,
Surfer, and then you got Mr. Fantastic, and then you got them again. So that might have been a bit
yeah.
too much. So I think this
Yeah,
was perfect.
that makes sense. I
Yeah,
think it was a good choice with the casting,
yeah,
and
yeah.
Josh Brolin was absolutely amazing, and he was super sweet with the kids. But I mean,
Oh,
Is
he has
it?
bless.
kids, so
Oh
yeah.
my
Oh,
gosh.
that's brilliant.
I
And
want to say
apparently,
just a little bit on. Sorry, I was just a little bit on the casting actually, because you can have a good idea, you can have a good script, but you have to have a good cast as well.
mm,
It's all part of the ingredients that make the cake, taste
Hmm.
nice.
Right.
And Julia Garner. I
Oh,
first
she's
saw her from
amazing.
Ozark.
Ozark.
Was it Ruth Langmore?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Ruth Langmore and Benedict Wong. You've seen him in Doctor Strange. He's
Yep.
been acting for a long time. I don't even know how
Mm.
old he is, but he's been
I
acting for a
know.
long time. Benedict Wong.
Yeah.
Obviously, Josh
But
Brolin.
Brian,
He was good. Yeah.
yeah, he was good. Brian Tyler Henry was supposed to be his role.
Is it?
Yes,
Oh, from Atlanta.
from Atlanta.
Brian Tyree
Oh.
Henry.
So Brian Tyree Henry. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
is it?
But
Okay.
that's the thing though. Like, I guess I don't know. I just couldn't see it any other way. But I did hear that they
Exactly. Yeah.
recast that. And to your point about, like the casting and stuff like that, like
Mm,
someone recently told me that it's not necessarily, the script is important, absolutely, but it's about filling in that white space. So that's what actors are
mm,
doing in that moment. They're filling in that
mm,
white
Yeah,
space to
good point.
bring it to life, you know?
mm,
So, yeah.
Yeah,
okay.
brilliant.
Okay.
So let's get into. So what I want is, I want you to kind of break it down. What is this movie? Give us a kind of like a bit of a plot outline, a bit of a synopsis. Let's give something to the audience out there and who's listening at the moment.
Okay, so Weapons takes place, in my opinion, in just like a normal town, and it's about a year after a crazy tragedy took place. And the little boy's voice is like so eerie too.
Oh
You know what
man.
Oh,
I'm talking about in the
yeah,
trailer? And
Yes.
then he
yeah,
also narrates like in the
yeah.
beginning, not throughout, but in the beginning and then at the end.
Mm.
So there's basically a situation where Mrs. Gandy's class, Julia Garner's character, she walks
Mm.
into her classroom one day at the middle school, and all of a sudden, all of her kids are gone except for one. So then it's just a matter of trying to figure out what happened to them. Like everyone in the town, obviously, parents are like losing their
Yeah.
minds,
Yeah.
Of
and they're
course.
blaming her because they're like, this is not a coincidence. Why is it just
Mm.
her classroom?
Yeah.
And then of course Josh Brolin, um, he plays a father whose child is missing, so he's trying to get to the bottom of it as well. One of the things I absolutely love about the
I know what you're gonna
movie,
say. I know what you're gonna say. Go on.
the POVs,
Oh
Oh,
yeah.
oh,
the
yes,
way it
exactly.
like brought
Yeah,
everything together
yes,
little by
yes.
little.
Yes.
Mm.
And you see the same scene played from like a different
Yes.
like
Different
swapped
That
perspective.
around.
changes everything. You know that.
Yes,
That
I
just.
know.
yes.
You know,
Mm,
Zack Cregger, and he did this in Barbarian. Remember in Barbarian where
mm,
we kind of, you know, at the beginning of the movie where obviously the main actress, she goes to this you know, this I was going to say R&B,
Airbnb.
yeah,
He is
Airbnb.
an
Oh,
Um,
Airbnb.
Airbnb. Yeah, I
she's
heard, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, you haven't
Oh,
seen it,
okay,
right?
okay,
Okay.
okay.
I'm
So then, yeah.
scary.
So all I'm going to say is like, you know, you're on this one track, and then it just flips. You know, he does this
Hmm.
thing, Zach Cregger.
Mm,
And then he takes it from a different perspective, and he does that not once, not twice, like about four times
yeah.
in this
Mm.
movie, and the characters are absolutely amazing. So we've got Julia Garner who plays Miss Gandy, and
Hmm.
we
My
figure
son's
out.
teacher.
Yes, and then we're like, okay, is she part of it? So in the back of my head, I'm like, no, there's something crazy about her. Maybe she's done something.
Right.
Mm,
There's going to be some sort of thing. And then there was the creepy kid, Alex, the one who survived. And then I'm like, no,
mm,
no, no, it's him. He's weird, and there's something about him as well. And then as the movie progresses, you see it from all the different perspectives, and it's none
Yes.
of that. It's something
Yes.
yeah.
completely different. Um,
It
Absolutely.
make you
and I
feel like settled almost, or feel like you know what's going on, and then it just flips.
And then
One
they
thing I
just
also
rip
liked as
it from
well,
underneath you, right?
exactly,
yeah.
which is what good horror's about. Good
That's
horror's about
amazing,
making you feel
though.
comfortable, make you feel like you know what's
Mhm.
going on, and then
Like, yeah, I got
it just
this.
flips. Yeah,
Yep.
but the characters, all the characters are multidimensional. They're flawed.
Mm.
They're
Hmm.
real
Like
people like you and I.
humans.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Just
Mm.
which makes you sort of either root for them or hate them or
Hmm.
feel something towards them, which is another dimension of the film that I think was successful. You know,
Yes.
other than just making them one-dimensional characters. Now,
Yeah.
Absolutely.
The
They
one
have
there's a couple of
layers.
yeah, oh,
yeah.
absolutely. And a lot of people, since watching the movie, I kind of went online and I was like reading some of the comments that people have said. And, you know, some people have said, oh, like, what's the theme and what's the idea? Right? Is there a
Mm.
message, you know, behind this whole thing? And
Oh
yeah,
no, go ahead.
I
You
know.
finished. Sorry,
Yeah,
I
yeah,
just.
and then like some people are saying, well, okay, they're interpreting it as kind of like, you know, the mass shootings that have happened in the U.S. Some
Mm,
people are
mm,
saying that, you know, there's an analogy based on that. There's a scene in the movie, and this is Josh Brolin's character. There's a dream sequence, and there's one
Mm.
moment in the movie where he looks up in the sky and he sees something in the sky, and I'm like, holy, like crap! I'm like, is this like
mm.
military? Is this some
I thought it was a
sort of kind
flying
of
saucer at first. I thought it was a
yeah?
spaceship or something,
And I
but
was just like, hang on a second, where are they taking this movie? Is this some sort of,
mm,
you know, and you know, and kids unfortunately can be like in the real world, like, you know, they get weaponized, they get used in certain conflicts, and you know,
That's a
yeah,
good
war
point.
childs,
yeah, they yeah,
war
exactly.
children.
So you know, children uh they can be used like, and you know, when there's conflict between parents, children get kind of
Hmm.
used
Mm,
like as
Custody
weapons,
and all that stuff.
custody, that sort of
mm.
Yeah.
stuff. So I kind of did get that vibe in there, but the way he portrays that was absolutely amazing and brilliant. And listen, guys, I've got to just say one thing. were you getting it vibes at any point?
Stephen King, yeah.
I
Stephen
haven't
King
watched
vibes.
that. See, I don't know the scary movies because I'm like,
I
Please,
think the
please.
whole town had a bit of a Stephen King vibe to it. Like,
Yeah.
you know,
oh,
there's kind of like middle American towns where everyone knows each other and there's one sheriff or something. It's
And
like,
there's
right,
something
it kind
right,
creepy
of gave me
behind the
that vibe.
scenes. There's
Yeah.
a
yeah.
yeah. So there's a character in there which, and we're going to try and skirt around, like this
What's her
person.
name?
Yeah. What? I don't know the act.
Gladys. I think the character's name's Gladys and the actress is Amy Madigan.
Ooh, oh my
She was
goodness, that's
wicked.
Miss Amy.
Wicked.
That's
Yeah.
Creepy as
that's
hell.
Miss Amy. And when I tell you, she is the sweetest,
Is
Really.
it?
most kind,
So different.
beautiful woman, like in real
Is it?
life. Like,
Yeah.
oh,
No.
that's Miss Amy. She's in a, but that just goes to show that she's a phenomenal actor. Oh,
Mm,
I
Yeah.
love it.
mm. When you were on set,
Gosh.
Ciel Noir, I mean, what
Hmm.
was so? Say for example, in some of those scenes, like there's some scenes in there which are like I jumped. Like I'm not even joking. Like I jumped in some of those scenes, and the scenes with the kids were maybe you were on set and everything.
Hmm.
When the directors call in cut, like what's then the like what's the atmosphere like afterwards? Like so they do the scene, it might be a bit intense, and then all of a sudden
Mm.
the director says cut, and then how does it feel afterwards?
I mean, to be honest, like we're talking about at the time, we're talking about, like elementary school kids. So it's like, all right, I'm gonna go to Crafty, I wanna get some
Okay.
snacks.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
after you
They
okay.
just
snuck out
after you
straight
just
away.
Wow.
Yeah.
like all the parents who are here with the wet wipes, like, come on, we gotta get the blood off your hands.
Oh
I
my
mean,
gosh.
I know that's not what you were expecting to
No, no,
hear,
no,
but
that's all
it's
cool.
just
No, no.
it's just kind of like, okay. And then the thing is, like, think about it like this: they're doing it over and over and
Right,
Yeah.
over
Yeah.
I
and
Yeah.
got you.
over.
Yeah.
So
So,
that
Yeah.
scene, which is a really funny, I gotta say, that scene which kind of comes towards the end of the movie, where
mm,
Miss Gladys, she's getting chased by all these
Miss
kids.
Amy.
Just like you know what? So many people in my screening, so many people were laughing. And you know what?
We were
Because
too.
yeah, exactly. And it was just like, oh my! I just found it so funny.
And
Um,
he tricked us, because in the trailer, you don't get any hint of anything funny going on. In the
no,
trailer,
It's
you're
so fun.
filled
It
with
seems
dread.
very like psychological
Exactly.
thriller
Which
horror. Yeah,
again, it throws
but
you off, which I
yeah,
like.
but
yeah,
yeah, me too.
Mm.
yeah.
That
So
was the
there's
only thing that like held me in there. And
Okay.
I'm sorry, Amar.
no, no,
I
no,
was
no,
just
no.
gonna say, also, did y'all see those angles though?
Oh man,
Like the way that they would like pan over and then just flip to something real
Thank you.
fast,
Thank
or
you.
like
yes.
how,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
I was watching from the monitor when the kids had their heads down during the dream
Mm.
sequence,
Oh gosh,
and
Mm.
Julia Garner,
yeah.
Yeah.
and she's walking by the desks really slow, and how they had like that low angle as
Oh,
opposed to it
yes.
being
Yes.
like,
Yes.
it was
Yeah.
just
Yeah.
Yes.
his
Because
choices are just
children are lower down, aren't they?
chef's
So it's
kiss.
like from their point of view almost.
Yes, and then
Yeah.
they had like these little things that they could put on their head, because again, it's over and over again. So they had these little things they could put on their
Ah.
head, so when their head is on the desk, it's not hurting. But
Oh, is
I don't know,
it?
just parent stuff.
Wow. Okay. And there's a bit in the movie
Ah.
where Julia Garner's character, Miss Gandhi, she wakes up from a dream, and then she
Hmm.
does this thing. She looks to the right of her, and she looks through the kind of the hallway, and then the camera does that. It does that thing as well,
Yes,
which I love.
I
So
love stuff like that.
you're looking at what she's looking, and
Mm.
then there's kind of like a jump scare, and there's one big laugh that in the screening that I went to, Josh Brolin's character, he has a dream sequence. He kind
Oh
of
yeah.
yeah. So after that scene, people I don't know why people found that really funny as well. So he wakes up in the morning, he wakes up
Mm.
after the dream, and he's in the bed. That got a big laugh. But for
It did.
me,
I know what
yeah,
you're talking about.
yeah.
Yeah,
For
because it
me,
wasn't what you thought it was gonna be.
Exactly.
exactly.
Yes.
You didn't think it was going to be. But there's one bit in the movie, and I hate doing this because we're skirting around the whole thing. There's kind of like an attack scene where this drug addict
Oh
He's
my
is kind
gosh.
of is
I
possessed
was,
I liked him,
basically.
you know.
yeah,
I liked
Yeah,
him.
he was
He
great.
needs his own
yeah, he
film
was
or
cool. He
something.
was just trying to make it. He was just trying to make
Yeah.
it. Okay.
He was so funny. So Josh Brolin's character and him, they go at it. And Josh Brolin, he punches him, he just puts him down, he keeps coming
Keeps
back,
coming
it
back.
just keeps
Yeah.
coming back.
Where we're like, because the thing is, keep in mind, like we rented out the theater so that we could see it.
Mm.
So it's all like our people. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah,
That
yeah,
we
yeah,
have been
yeah.
anticipating this. When it came to
Yeah.
that scene, like I promise you, everybody was like it was like a basketball game or something, and someone kept on
Is it?
missing the shot. We were like, oh, then it was like, okay, he got him. Oh, all right.
it was just so funny because you just know because it's like an intense scene, right? Like he's
Gosh.
bashing him in and he's trying to stop him, he's trying to because he wants to kill him, he
Mm.
wants to rip his head off, and then he just keeps coming back, he just keeps coming back. It was just so funny.
Yes,
I
that was
loved it. I
hilarious.
loved the
It was so
movie.
good. It was
Don't you
so
think? I
good.
don't know. There's a couple of things in this film as well that I think we don't always get in movies. One is like we don't. Again, I don't want to spoil too much anyway, but in this film, you don't always get the answers.
Mm.
As in, you don't get it all, neatly tied up in a bow. Okay, it was
Right.
this, and that. There's still things that we don't understand, which I
No.
like.
Yeah,
Who
but
was the
then
narrator?
I think so I did hear, I think it was an interview with Zack Cregger, and he was
Mm.
like, the way that it came to me was I just imagined this little girl's voice saying
Oh,
once upon a time, or like I want to
okay,
tell you a
okay.
story, like something
Mm.
along those lines, right? I'm not saying it verbatim, but I feel like the person who was narrating had to have been the little boy, the one
That's what I thought.
who
Yeah, yeah,
yeah, like I was like,
yeah.
okay, so maybe it wasn't a girl, maybe it was
Mm.
actually the little boy. That makes
Mm.
more sense,
Yeah,
Yeah,
Occam's
yeah,
razor.
good point.
So
yeah.
Absolutely good point. And
And
then
the auntie, like, what was her deal? We don't know
yes,
her. Like,
we don't know.
I have a and this is, I think this is like my actor brain, because like when we get an audition, it's like it could be 2 pages. We're
mm,
not getting the whole
full
script, so
picture.
it's
Yeah.
like
Right.
we fill in the blanks. Like as actors, you fill in the blanks, right? So for me, I felt like she needed like maybe souls to survive, or
Yeah.
like something like that. And
But do
then
you know?
because she didn't have anyone under her control,
Yeah.
she was starting to get sick, you know?
Yeah.
And there was hints in that. If you remember earlier on in the film, there was two instances. The first was they were talking about cordyceps.
Cordyceps.
Cordyceps. So this is something that we've seen in the Last of Us series, where
Mm,
cordyceps are like a fungal thing where they will attach themselves to an insect, like an ant. They will
mm-hmm.
take over that body and control the ant. So it's almost
Got
like
it.
she was acting like that. She was consuming the ant,
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
controlling it.
Yeah.
It takes over the brain, and then you are now a vessel.
Mm-hmm.
You're
For
a vessel
her.
for
And she's
her,
controlling
exactly.
you.
Yeah.
And she
Yeah.
also in the class, Julia Garner's character also spoke about a tapeworm. So in someone's belly. So something
Mm.
that also feeds off something else, which is what she does as well.
Interesting.
And there were little
Interesting.
Yeah.
clues, and also that she had a badge on her that said "No bullying" or something like that, anti-bullying or something. This is Julia Garner, the teacher, and that was a clue in one of the one of the reasons why the boy. Again, I don't want to spoil too much, but why he took a decision on who he chose, basically.
Oh,
So he
right.
was
Yeah,
being
that
bullied,
that
isn't
one
it?
that
So
one that that one definitely could get it, but the rest of them, they didn't seem like they were bothering him
Yeah. They
though.
were like, yeah,
But
they were
that one
innocent.
though, he
They
could
were
get
all
it.
innocent. I was like,
I'm
oh
just for
my
the
gosh.
film, not in real life, okay?
Yeah. There's a
it's
so
true.
yeah.
They
So but
all
that
get it.
whole thing,
You get it one. You
you
get a
you
car.
get
You
one.
get,
Right, right.
you get.
But it's so true
Okay.
because but that whole thing about
Oh my
sucking,
god.
she's going through some, so the auntie's going through some
Mm.
issues, but the only way that she can survive is if she's taking the
Yeah.
souls or
Yeah.
That's
she's
my
feeding off
guess.
of them.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, that kind of
Mm.
makes sense. Now we don't know her background. We don't know
Exactly.
like why she
She's
is
a
like this or what
brula.
she is. Yeah.
A bruja, is
Similar
it
to
bruja?
Barbarian as well.
Brujas,
Like
exacto.
Bruja. Okay.
Brujas. What's that?
Está
What's
bien
that? What does that mean?
entonces.
Which.
Oh, is that
Sí,
Spanish? Yeah.
sí, sí.
Oh, okay.
La
Okay, que
bruja.
lo vaina, que fue. All right, I'm done.
Sí,
Oh
no,
my
pero no
gosh.
entiendo. Sí, una bruja.
Mira eso. Sí, no, pero porque eso en la película diga. Okay.
Exacto, sí. Imagínate la gente en América Latina, ¿qué van a decir?
I'll just step out then, shall I?
Oh no! Come on, Jamal.
No,
Oh my
but I mean,
gosh.
look, I'm a huge fan of the movie. I'm a huge fan of the
Yeah,
film
yeah, yeah, yeah,
director.
Me
I
yeah,
think
too.
yeah.
It was great.
apparently when I was reading about this, a lot of people were kind of or he might have even had a bit of trepidation about this being a second movie.
Mm.
Is it going to be as well received as
As
the
the
first
first one.
movie?
Yeah.
And I
He's got
think
nothing to
this is
worry
great.
about.
Oh,
I
He's got
think it was great. I
nothing
think
to worry about.
he did his
Mm.
big one on this. Yeah, for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah,
yeah.
yeah. And Josh Brolin, apparently, he was one of the executive producers on this as well. So obviously,
Yes, I
he
saw
saw,
that.
yeah. So obviously, he's obviously taken read the script and thinking, oh, this is a great script. I want to get this movie
Mm.
made, and let's try and get it all pushed out and made and everything. So,
Hmm.
Devout, do you remember the film director for what was the movie with that was it, Oz Perkins. He kind of
Mm.
these two were maybe kind of like similar. They kind of a
Okay. Like
up and
Monkey.
coming, yeah, up and
Okay.
coming like film
Yeah,
directors who are kind
yeah.
of doing something different with the
Really
genre. I think,
original. Yeah.
yeah,
You're right, actually. It's actually it's been not a bad year for horror, because you got
mm,
Sinners. Sinners was good.
yes,
Oh, that was good. And it was
Yeah,
different too. Yeah.
exactly. Yeah, you got this, and you got Bring Her Back, which was good as well.
yeah, it was
Together
great.
is out next week, you said it's good already. So this
Yeah,
year actually has been a good year. Can't complain.
yeah.
Can't
So I
complain.
mean, the only next question then is Ciel Noir. What's next for you, and
Mm.
what's next for your little man?
Can you say? You know what? All these
Can
Well,
you?
NDAs,
Can you?
isn't it?
Is it?
All the...
I
Can
mean,
you reveal?
um, since Unravels, I've worked on a few projects. I can't, I'm gonna let y'all know as soon as I can.
Mm.
Sure.
But
No, we
and
understand.
then but let me start with him. So this he can only work during the summer right now, okay?
Right. Gotcha.
He
Yeah.
he's a child. But
Yeah.
he did there was a live action movie. He just, he did one day on that film.
Oh, brilliant.
Um so I mean, little summer job money.
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Listen, tell him just to keep at it.
thank you. I
Yeah,
appreciate
he's
that.
doing good.
And
He's doing
then
good.
He's doing really well.
thank you. Thank you so much. So yeah, so he had fun with that. He met another artist on set because and he was playing a middle school student. So yeah, that
Okay.
was a big deal. But so since Unravels, I've worked on a few projects. Most recently, um, I worked on a project as a lead. So
Oh, can't
Okay.
um,
wait. Can't wait to watch it.
I'm I'm really, really excited
Okay.
about that. I can't wait for it to come out. I will keep you guys posted. I'm not gonna, spill any of the tea.
Of
Yeah.
course,
No.
we
No. No. No.
respect it. We
Absolutely.
As
respect
No.
of
We
it.
yet.
respect
We
that.
respect
Yeah.
it.
So, but yeah, because I feel like it makes it that much better.
Nice.
Once it starts being promoted, and
Mm.
oh, that was the thing I was gonna tell you guys. So Weapons actually had sidebar. So Weapons actually had a website. Did you guys see that? Leading up to
No.
the film,
Yeah. Well, like what happened to the? It was something about like
the
what happened
missing
to
kids.
the missing kids,
Is
Yes,
it?
which
it was a
reminded me of Blair
website.
Witch.
It was
Mm.
so you know how I am about the scary movies, but so it was a website that you could go to, and then it would have updates about the
Mm.
missing children, and it was like a news report.
Is
But I
it?
thought that was, yeah, it was. I don't
That's
know if
marketing.
it's,
That's
yes,
amazing.
Mm.
yes. And then the other thing that they did was in one of the trailers. When the officer is speaking to his superior,
Yep.
the chief
Oh
of police,
yes, yes,
Yep.
yes, yeah.
and there's like that whole blurb that he said. No, sorry, it's when Josh Brolin is speaking to the chief of police, and he has that whole spiel like, I can understand, how you
Yep.
would feel if this happened to me. I would feel the
Oh
same
yeah,
way.
yeah, yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
the words spell out weapons, and they put that, yeah, like his
Oh.
whole dialogue, the monologue that he gives, it spells
Hmm.
out the word weapons. So I was like, that is so
Oh
cool. So
my
That's
i
clever.
gosh.
I just wanted to bring that back because I know I mentioned that I was gonna touch on that. But I
Yeah.
think that the way that they marketed the movie also, I think that helps
And that's
with
really important, right?
the
Like
success of it.
nowadays,
Yeah.
like the way
Mhm.
that they market movies, like a lot of these like big Hollywood movies, they spend like about 100 mil just
Yeah, just on marketing.
on marketing.
A
Yeah,
lot of money. A lot of
that's
money.
crazy.
Huge, and word of
Mm,
mouth. I think this movie is going to do. I mean, already looking at the numbers, it's already
yeah.
done really, really well.
It's already done
Um,
what it cost, you know that, in the first 2 days.
there you
Oh
go.
wow, that's
Yeah.
awesome.
So the only
There,
way is up from
there
here.
you
So
go. Just going back, just let's rewind just a little bit. Benedict Wong, who plays the head,
Principal.
the
Mm-hmm.
yeah.
principal. Oh my gosh, him.
Yeah.
Him running down the street and his
Oh
Oh,
eyes is
gosh.
going to live with me. For that image is just going to be, oh my gosh. That was
Yeah.
mad. That is mad. Just seeing him do that is just really,
The
really mad.
energy they have to run, they just run. They keep going. They just keep going. They are
but they've
possessed.
even they when the kids were auditioning, they literally had them in like this little obstacle course, and it was
Is it?
and they
Really?
had to like I'm doing this, but my
Yeah.
screen is vertical, but they had to maintain that posture.
Why? What
So
was the whole? Why did they have to run like that? Did he
didn't
say, or does he?
isn't that similar? Didn't y'all just say that there was a show
Oh,
like at the
Naruto.
top of this show? Yeah, that has
Yeah.
that kind of. I don't
Oh.
know. I have no
Oh.
clue. They never told us.
Okay.
But like
Just
when
looks
It's
they're
just
weird though, isn't it?
unsettling.
It's
It's just
yeah.
weird, you
yeah,
know?
just maybe just to maybe that's I don't know. I don't know because I'm starting to think about her plant and all of that. Like maybe it was the way the plant was formulated, but I don't know.
Ah.
Mm,
No, because I don't know.
yeah, yeah,
I'm
no,
just
interesting,
making up
interesting.
stuff. But yeah,
Yeah.
but
I reckon. What do you reckon? Do you reckon there could be a sequel out of this, or a prequel, or something to kind of because there's a lot of the
I think a
questions that
prequel.
a lot of people are asking the question of where does the aunt come from? Where
Yeah,
does
I
she
think a
get her
prequel. They can
power?
show where she was before, because I reckon she's gone from
mm,
town to town and she's drained towns. She could have lived for 100 years. We don't know.
facts.
So the
She's
prequel can be
sucking
from like
people.
1920. Doesn't have to be
Yes,
recent. So it
She
can
could
be
be
any
like a
time.
vampire.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
absolutely. Yeah. Or they
mm,
flip the script, and at the end of the movie, the narrator says, "Oh, Alex has now gone to an aunt who, like a nice aunt. So maybe it's
mm,
a
Is it a
good
nice
witch."
aunt or was it a foster home?
oh,
Um,
Did they say he went to live with family?
he said. I think
yeah,
it was an aunt. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
yeah,
But
Okay.
but a
Okay.
nice aunt.
that's another thing I wanted
Okay.
to say as well, without spoiling it too much. Uh, this film has consequences. It
Oh,
doesn't just end all nice. It has consequences, like
To what
things
happened?
change.
Yeah.
Yeah, which I like, which I actually
Absolutely.
respect. I respect because certain things you shouldn't be able to just walk away from and just
yeah,
live normal.
because
You know,
yeah,
shit's
imagine
changed.
that
It's
that di-
realistic
yeah,
trauma.
imagine
Yeah.
that dinner scene at the end of the movie. Like, how
Mm-mm,
would they have the kids, the traumatized? Like,
mm-mm. Not
you know
touching
what I'm
soup
saying?
again. Not touching soup
Yeah, or they're
again.
not touching, like when they're looking down and they see like what's on the floor.
Yeah.
But that boy's an
The
adult,
kids
man. He's an adult.
the kids had like on set they had like the same clothes, like a bunch of the same clothes, and it just
Ah,
kept on getting like the when they kept bringing the clothes out, it's like dirtier and dirtier and dirtier
is
Really?
every
it?
time.
Oh
Oh my
man. God.
gosh.
How
So
long
like
how many hours were like the filming days?
it depends. It could, well, we had child law, so
Oh yeah,
Mm.
with
I'm
kids
trying
you
to
can't.
think. I
Yeah,
think, don't quote me, but I think the max for a kid is like 8 hours, I want to
yeah,
Yes.
say.
something like
Okay.
that. Yeah,
But
yeah.
it wasn't always like that. It just depended on what they had to do, which scenes they were working on. And then it was two different locations. So we actually had that neighborhood, and like sometimes the real neighbors would like come outside
Mm.
and just
Oh
like pull up a
Is
really?
it?
chair and just
Like,
watch
hey,
what
what's
we're
going
doing.
on?
Yeah, and then the other
Mm.
spot was a sound stage, but I love the fact that like in the post, like how they were able to make everything look so seamless. Like we're
Yeah.
Mm.
literally at a sound stage when they do the basement or inside, like some shots inside the
Mm.
house, but they make it look like you just walk into the house and that's what
Wow.
it is. So, and shout out to the
Hmm.
body
Magic.
doubles, like the people who did the stunts, like with the windows and all of that
Oh
stuff.
man.
So those were, people with smaller statures so that they
Yeah.
Okay.
could
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Yeah.
look
Who
like the
could do
kids.
that? Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah.
They were
Oh
running
my
through them
gosh.
doors like what is more to
Man.
man? I was just like, whoa, it was wicked. Listen, I love the movie. I can't wait to see what this, what you know,
Oh my
your little
gosh.
man
I'm gonna
does
watch it
and
again.
what.
I'm gonna watch it
Yes,
again.
Thank
I'm
you
going to be
guys
telling
for
people
watching
about this.
it. I thought it was amazing. I mean,
Definitely,
Yeah.
but you
our
know.
movie of the week, weapons. Yeah, Deval, did you have anything else?
Yeah. No, I think that's it. Yeah, I just think if you've listened to the podcast, we haven't spoiled it too much, but go out and watch the film.
Mm,
Let us know what you think. It's a different film, which I say different in a good way.
yeah,
And yeah, I think you'll enjoy it. So yeah, go give it a watch. Go to the
I
cinema. Go to the cinema.
yeah.
and check
Well,
it
the
out.
pictures. You call it the
Yes.
pictures. What do you call it? What do you call it in
Y'all
America?
say the
The
cinema. I
theater. The
say the movie
theater.
theater. The movie
Theater.
theater.
Movie theater. That's
Movie
Yeah.
theater. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, yeah.
Okay. I have something to say.
yes.
Please.
I just wanted to say thank you guys for having me on. I
Oh,
appreciate it. It's been
You're
fun.
welcome.
you're absolutely
You're
welcome.
welcome.
Anytime,
Anytime,
anytime.
anytime, and every time. Honestly, anytime
Aw,
at all.
Yeah,
thank you.
anytime. You got to come on. So yeah, so when your next when your next movie comes out, please, if you want to come
Yes.
on, you know, talk about it. We'll pick your brains about it as well. So looking forward to that one.
Yes. Can't wait.
Absolutely. Thank you so much.
Can't wait. All right, guys. So yeah, enjoyed the show. Check us out on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook, all the rest of it. And
Yes.
until next time, Ciel Noir. They can check you out on Ciel Noir 3 on Instagram.
Yes. Ciel Noir 3 on Instagram. And thank you guys for the shout outs. I really appreciate it.
Oh,
You're welcome.
you're welcome.
Until next time, peace out.
Ciao, ciao.
Ciao.